Chapter 2. Cut with Keen-Edged Sword. Well, the varl might be well and truly doomed. Their new king is actually wiped out. Just like that. Wandered off into the wrong corner at the wrong moment. Ambush just took him out. Death by golems. And that's not the only place there being a problem. Where did that thing come from? Shh. Stay close. I think it saw us. Now these characters are fun. We start using ranged characters now, which is nice. Because you find yourself missing that when you're not given any strategy of any kind. Alright. So this character does 1 arm damage, and all allies within range automatically attack that target, which is pretty cool. So basically you can just mark somebody with Mark Prey and just say, hey, everyone hit this guy right now. This guy can also move straight through his allies, which is handy. Here's his daughter, Alette. I remember that much at least. Puncture. Bonus damage to targets who have lost armor if the archer has not moved. And, Needle hit. Hit all enemy units between the archer and target in a straight line. So if you can line up enemies, you can hit them. But if you can avoid moving, then you can do bonus damage to sundered opponents. We'll go ahead and get close to see if we can get in range. I don't think he'll be able to reach me in 1 turn. Alright, Rook. It might be best just to stay put, honestly. His range is right there. He has 0 willpower, so right there would be out of his range. Ah, I lost track of it a little bit. Right here. Mark Prey does have a limited range. Let's just stay put back here where he can't reach us, I think. Unless we find out that he reaches 2 tiles away like a spear user. Alright. So not a good start there, but I can do... Right. The bonus damage is only if they've lost armor, plus 1 arm damage to the needle. Let's try that. See how that goes. Arm is armor damage, of course, and armor damage is good for making these characters damageable. Rook took a hit, but Rook can now mark Prey, which should be handy. So I'll damage his armor and then also trigger a secondary attack. And she does bonus damage as long as she stands still, so if I mark Prey, her extra damage actually helps out. So this is extra damage for... I should do... Ooh, what? Oh, never mind, that's adjacent dredge also take damage when hit for 3 armor damage or more, so... Weird. So if you hit a dredge hard enough, it splinters and hits nearby dredge. Oh, we can summon an ally, so we don't want him to do that. Yeah, I'll do more damage if I stay put. And he has lost armor, so that should trigger, I hope. I hope. Or maybe I should just focus on his armor for now. There we go. Oh, she's going for it. That's not good. That's not who you're supposed to be hitting. Excuse me. Don't appreciate that kind of behavior. And he is down. Thank goodness for that 1 willpower. It's interesting. There's just... The mechanics in this game are just weird enough that it takes a little bit of practice just to get down how you want to deal with it. The weird armor and health system. Was that a dredge? Alette looks calm, but you can tell her heart is about to beat right out of her chest. It was. Let me see. Are you hurt? No, I'll be fine. When the dredge attacked your cart and the yaks bolted, it spilled most of your supplies. You can see more dark figures moving through the trees when you glance that direction. All that food. That's the last we're gonna get before winter. What do we do? Don't run. Let me think. Do you think you can handle more of them? No, Dad, I mean... We're already lucky to be alive. I know. It's okay. Let's get back to Skober. So we've lost our supplies for the winter, so we're not in a good state with this party starting off. Supplies represent food and other goods used to keep everyone alive on the road. When supplies are gone, people will start to die of starvation. The more people are in the caravan, the faster supplies will diminish. Oh, right, that's why I went from 100 supplies to 60-something supplies last time, was because my armory significantly increased in size. You can see how many days of supplies you have left in the display on the top corner, top of the screen. Most towns will have supplies to sell, as well as a few items. It's weird, the game is semi-linear, so there's basically just actual ideal numbers of supplies to buy, I'm sure. This game's beautiful, by the way. Just look at this scenery we're looking at. It's all fixed, so they only had to draw it once in a 2D, but still, these are really striking landscapes to look at in a video game.
I never expected to see the dredge with my own eyes. What happened in the north? Already we see more between the trees as we approach our home, and Alette grips my hand tight. We must find Ivor.
So a lot of this game takes place on a path like this, where you'll make decisions here and there, but mostly just do the fights as you need it and resupply and level up. So we're looking for Ivor here in town. Currently have a party of 2. In fact, it just lists 0 on all of our numbers up here. Apparently our heroes do not count towards that total. Ivor. The enormous varl in question towers over the men in the training field. He squints as you approach. Already back, Huntsmaster. Thought you'd be tomorrow. Dredge. Everywhere. Dredge? How'd they get through Greyhorn? Must have broken through the fort. The fighters nearby have stopped sparring. They gather around you. Damn it! They'll be here soon if they're not already. You hear screams from the outskirts. People are running toward the Great Hall. Ivor turns to one of the older boys in his group of fighters. Egil, take Alette to the Great Hall. Tell the chieftain what's happening. The rest of you gather as many people as you can. Come on, Alette. No, wait, I want to help. Let them fight, Ivor. Why not invite some goats to join us too? You're asking for dead kids. I won't let anything happen to her. They'll have to deal with it sooner or later, Ivor. What now? But, Egil, keep your shield up. We just hold them off until everyone's inside. Then we figure out what to do next. More shouts draw your attention to some houses atop a nearby hill. It's true, this is sort of a zombie apocalypse situation. These characters are going to have to fight one way or another, so trying to shelter them from it now is going to be a bad start. The dredgers are framed as being the bad guy of this game. Sure enough, the dredge are gathering in number. You hear misplaced laughter nearby, past a pile of corpses. A man is single-handedly holding back 4 dredge with a battered spear. Behind you, Trygve, shouts Ivor, who shoots you a dour look. If Trygve is known for being a madman, at least he's the sort who can hold a spear in the right direction. He smiles a mile wide as he realizes you're going to have to fight your way out of this. Alright, so we need to choose what order these people are going to be in. Turn order. Units move in the order you place them, from left to right. This order is very important when setting up strategies. For example, put archers after melee units so they can stay safe behind your heavy hitters. Drag the units icons to rearrange their order, so Alette, ploop. Trygve's a spear user. Starting off with a piece of equipment, it looks like. A necklace. Trygve's necklace. A necklace with a matching full and half moon symbols made of pearl. Trygve believes they align to give him luck. 10% chance of double strength damage. Not bad. What's the plus sign do? Oh, I have another piece of equipment I can give them. Let's see who else I can... Let's try giving it... Oh. Weird. Why can't I click on Alette? Oh, I must have unselected her from there somehow. What's this piece of equipment? Alette's bracelet. Lovingly made by a hunter's wife to keep her daughter safe from harm. Armor, strength, and willpower. Not bad, but I feel like the armor may be better for someone... It's her story item. Let's let her have it for now, at the very least. But it might it's definitely an item that might make more sense on a close range character for the armor bonus and everything. Let's see. I'll let Ivor go first because he's big and might frankly just get in the way of other characters. Other characters might get in his way of moving because you're somewhat restricted moving with a character that big. Alright, going straight into battle with 5 characters we've never seen before. Oh no, never mind, we just used these 2 a second ago. We've got 3 new characters. So, Ivor has returned the favor again, where getting hit does counterattacks. Battering ram, knock adjacent unit up to 4 tiles for 1 armor damage plus 1 per unit they pass through. So if you do this, you can just do a lot of armor damage and knock somebody away. Trick V, a kill grants the spearman and all adjacent allies one willpower. That's not bad. He has impale, knock back 1 tile, target bleeds 1 strength per move on the next turn. Ooh. So if you knock him back, then, yeah, as he moves around, he has to bleed, and if he moves a lot, that could actually be a lot of health, potentially. Then Shield Wall over here adds 1 armor to allies and himself while adjacent to the ally. Okay, that's passive, because it's in gold instead of the purple. His ability is Stone Wall, blocks 3 damage per hit for 1 round. He has a damage blocking ability, so I think I want to put him right up in there. Put him next to Trigby, and put him next to Ivor, and they can reduce a lot of damage coming at them. I think I want to focus on this flank over here and just let these guys be too far away at first, because we could probably get a lot done early on that way. It's probably a decent start. Line 2 characters up with the shield unit, and we get a lot of bonus armor. And Trick V has bonus range, so it makes sense to put them behind. And I want the archer to stay in the back for obvious reasons. I think this is a good start. The one with the shield wouldn't lay down. Let me handle them. Alright, we can just wander right up to this guy. We can actually do 4 damage right off the bat. Which would definitely reduce incoming damage for a bit. Let's spike that down. Alright. He's fairly hurt. That's a good start. Rook is next. See, this guy's unfortunately not in Trick V's range, but it's a start. At the very least, he's in one person's range, so that our friend back here can help. Our daughter. There we go. Right, he was also in range too. A fair number of people were. Mark Prey is a powerful skill to have. You can trigger a fair number of people getting an attack off all at once. Eggle. Three damage per hit. There's no guarantee that people are going to hit him, unfortunately. So it might be better off just to get a few hits in. Let's let him work on the armor so that other characters that do more damage can work on the health, but be more effective at it. And I'm intentionally letting other characters be too far away. I figured I'd focus on the people on the right so the people on the left have some more difficulty with me. So I can't impale that direction. I can only attack diagonally with regular attacks. Not a bad start, though. There we go. Wow, he's actually hitting his teammate there. Well, he's nice and ineffectual for the moment, so that's good. I might let him stick around just so he does less damage. Oh. We appear to be out of range. Nope. Oh yeah, I can't target them from here. I have to get that. Oh, I have to get a fair bit closer to attack these characters, don't I? Interesting. What's the range of Thread the Needle, by the way? So she can only attack 5 tiles away. She has a somewhat unusually close range for a bow user. Let's try to get in range a little bit, because we're going to be lagging behind otherwise. And we'll work on that armor. One point's not bad. That's why we're letting that guy stick around, just so that he can be kind of weak. Might take him out on accident here, though. What is battering ram is knockback? Can I do it to that character? That would really help with his armor. Not really, actually. Alright. One, two, three, four, five. I think that character's in my archer's range. So I could potentially help there. Potentially. With Mark Prey. It's not great, though, at the moment. What about my normal attacks? Could work on his strength a bit. Or just work on Mark Prey. I might do that. Should be a range of the archer, right? Nope, that was a totally wasted turn. I was totally wrong. My mistake. It's Egel's turn. This character's weak and wasting their turns. Let's help with this big guy over here. 60%. Yeah, we need to work on that armor. Because his strength is way up there. This guy's kind of ineffectual, which is exactly the goal. Alright, Trick V, let's help with this guy. He's a problem. 90% chance of hitting is a good start. Let's try to wear it down. Oh, wow. The 10% happened, huh? That's some bad luck. There's the weak character. Let's get in range, because I can't hit half the enemies from here. I should have tried to... I couldn't really line up a thread the needle, I don't think. Let's keep working on that armor. I do wish there was a nice series of health bars that represents all my character's health, like just on the side of the screen or something, where it's easy to review. Because that's weirdly missing, kind of. Hey, you. There we go. Taking him from 10 to 2 is a good start. Alright, here we go. So this will be a good time to use Mark Prey, because I know for a fact that 2 characters can hit this guy, in addition to my personal attack. There we go. Plugging away with our weak units. I think he's going down soon, though. Alright, let's start working on that strength. We need to reduce his damage before his next proper turn. Oh, there it is. Yep, we're gonna lose Rook soon. Whoa! There's that crit that we have a low chance of doing. That's lucky. Now everyone should be really easy to kill. Because these are the characters I was just keeping around in their weak state. Thankfully. I need to start distributing that. I need to be distributing that will. I keep forgetting to do it. Although I keep thinking, oh, we're not out of will, so who cares? But I should be adding the will as we go, just so that we can keep it up. Because it does seem to persist between fights anyway. 6 more renown. Difficulty. Combat can be unforgiving. Don't hesitate to change the difficulty of battle if it leaves you frustrated or if you find yourself needing a tougher challenge. Use the options menu to change difficulty. Don't worry, you can change difficulty at any at any time, and it has no effect on the story or the choices you make. BioWare games like to warn you about that, and this is in fact a game from ex-BioWare developers. Like, oh yeah, don't worry about difficulty if you're not too crazy about it. You take stock of your handiwork. Think I'll stick with you, lads, says Trigby, unless you've got some other ideas. Ivor grunts something non-committal. A black horde is forming at the tree line. Enough of this, says Ivor, glancing over his shoulder. We're going back. Then adds, Rook, I'm doing one more check of the houses around here. See if you can find anyone. Keep watch. As you turn to head back, a colossus appears around the side of a house. It silently looms over Alette, its face an expressionless stony mask, more terrifying than any roar it may have produced. Time seems to slow as it pulls back its enormous mace. Shout at Alette. You scream Alette's name. She snaps to attention, confused, but does not dive out of harm's way as you had imagined in your head. Suddenly, Eagle is between the dredge and Alette, his shield above him. The black stone mace falls. Eagle's shield crumbles, and so does the boy beneath it. A moment later, Ivor is there, his sword run through the neck of the dredge. He's gone, says Ivor, looking over the boy's shattered skull. Alette gasps, her hands to her mouth. I'm checking the other houses, Ivor remarks. See if you can find anyone, and then meet me at the Great Hall. Wow, just like that, Egil's dead. That was very abrupt. That was in fact a life or death situation right there. Okay. Hard to know what the effects are going to be, but I'm going to commit to them. I'm going to commit to these decisions. But damn, just like that. Injuries. One or more of your units is injured. Injured units can still fight, but have a penalty to max strength equal to the number of days wounded. They heal as time passes. Items shown at the bottom of the roster. Drag items onto your units to equip them. Items can only be equipped with characters of equal rank. Promote your units to equip higher rank items. Click on an item for more information. So we have 2 rank 1 items that everyone can use. And just like that, that boy is dead. That's sad. Does anyone have the ability to... Oh yeah, we can actually specifically promote Rook so far. I'll go for that. There you go, Rook. So we can go for a few different things. Really having some more armor would be helpful, because one of his main skills is his ability to just have everyone attack one thing at once, but reducing incoming damage would be a big help there. Or so I think. Really, a lot of the stats are almost equally useful in some ways, to the point where I'm just happy to level them up at all. That was a severe outcome for a dialogue choice. Was the market? What can we do at the market? You can spend a renown on these items here. An engraving on this charm reads, "A fleeting thought may be more important than you think." 20% dodge for strength attacks. That's pretty decent chance, honestly. It's a high-ranking item that no one can currently use and would use a large amount of our renown. It takes either a brave man or a stupid man to stop for a drink in the middle of battle, but those who do swear by it. And so, with this leather flask, you can get an extra will when you rest. Both reasonable. I literally can't afford the charm of Wandering Mind, though, which is the one that I'm definitely most interested in. We can also go for supplies. We should probably have some, because we only have enough... Yeah, we currently only have supplies for a few days. So I should probably try to crank that up a little bit. That'll get us through 2 weeks at the very least. You find anyone? A few? Set them inside. Gods, this is bad. About Gil. It was my fault. He was a good fighter for his age. No family, I thought... I've forgotten what it's like facing Dredge. I'm out of practice, Rook. Look, as long as I've known you, you've always wormed your way out of talking about the Dredge. This would be the time to start talking. I can tell you they rarely stop for rest. The sooner we leave, the better. They'll follow us until we're tripping over tired women and children, then they'll attack. Even after we're wiped out, they'll keep coming, trampling corpses in their wake. There's no end to them. How did anyone survive the Great Wars? Ask the Menders, I wasn't there. But I know you've fought your fair share. Yeah, I've killed enough slag for one lifetime. That's why you're going to save us now. Don't lay that on me, come on. Let's get inside. I mean, the threat has certainly been established, so we definitely need to just get going before this gets worse. Right, there's nothing else to do here. Alright, Great Hall. Rook, thank the gods you made it. The Great Hall is an utter din, filled as it is with dozens of terrified families. Don't stop worrying yet. I haven't. What in the depths is going on? Dredge milling around, ransacking houses? The chieftain's wife finds you, pushing through the crowd. They must know we're here. Why haven't they attacked? Don't know. I wouldn't expect it to last. I've made some decisions, but tell me straight. What would you do? What would you do in my place? I'd have left by now. They're already outside the doors. Not so easily done. Rook? I trust Ivor on this. The chieftain sighs a deep and heavy breath, slumping. He looks years older. I imagined us fighting back and saving the town, but nonsense. Ivor's right, of course. We can't just wait to be slaughtered. Where do we go? If dredge are coming down from the north. Frostveller, to the west. It's close and it has walls. I intend to be free of Skogar in one push, nobody left behind. I wouldn't. If they follow us, we're done. What do you suggest? Let me create a distraction, then go. I'll catch up on the road to Frostveller. Ivor's right. I'll help with the distraction. The chieftain thinks for a long moment. I didn't ask for advice just to ignore it. Perhaps you're not throwing away your lives on this. Oh, promise you're not throwing your lives away on this. That wasn't part of my plan, Ivor. Nope. Then I'm coming with you. This catches you by surprise. The chieftain rubs his chin but doesn't argue. From the training she has given Alette, you've no doubt she can handle a bow. Fine. I'll get the townspeople ready. Make your move, Ivor. We'll leave when you're clear. So now we have an evacuation, and we desperately need to get out of here. Alette finds you before you have a chance to find her. I know what you're doing. You have to let me come with you. Don't leave me. Please, I'll be good. I think we let her have a chance now, but I'm thinking like in character at this point. Like we just saw another. She was actually vulnerable a moment ago. Like she wasn't alert enough, and somebody else died for that reason. And we're in what's practically a suicide mission. So I'm thinking this time we need to send her ahead. Not this time. It's too dangerous. Don't leave me alone, she says, tears in her eyes. It's difficult, but you drag yourself to the door of the Great Hall, resolute that you're making the best decision for her. You step into the town courtyard, where you can already see dredge in every direction. Ivor starts banging his shield and swearing at them. We kill a few, he shouts, and the rest will follow. You steel yourself for a tough fight. Alright, 4 characters. Thankfully we have Crazy Trigby, who's barely a character, but is here, at least. And Oddleaf is our new ranged character. Unfortunately, we have an injured character now that's going to be having less strength as a result. The good news, at least, is that there's no permanent death in combat, as far as I can tell. You just get an injury, which recovers over time, as opposed to, you know, the XCOM situation we're getting used to now, where people just straight up go down. Alright. These units have 10, 10... Big ol' 15 to worry about there. Let's see, he can summon an ally, while these characters cannot. Which makes me think maybe we should focus on that guy, frankly. Try to head in that direction immediately, perhaps, and just go straight for him. And let these characters duke it out. They'll take a few turns to approach, and we can take out the tough guy, hopefully before he summons someone. I hope. First goal is to get a bunch of people into attack range so that we can properly, let's see. I want to get a bunch of people into attack range so that we can do a group attack with a Mark Prey. Based on that, I really should be having Rook take later turns, shouldn't I? I guess that's my own mistake. Let's try to cage him in here a little bit so he doesn't have a lot of moving options. Mark Prey still works here. There we go. Secondary attack. He took 6 health damage right there. That's a good start. Let's see. He can't move that group through that group right now. Impale does bleed per move, but he probably won't move and he won't be knocked back. So I'm gonna stand diagonally where he might not be able to attack me with his current weapon. Should be great. Just like that, he's down to only a few points. The issue now, I suppose, is that he could summon someone to the battlefield, which would suck, but it's kind of nice to have him at low health so that we don't have to worry about him doing other things. But yeah, I think it's worth it to try to take him out before he goes and summons anyone. So you're a new character. What do? You also have the puncture, where you do a bonus damage if you haven't moved, which isn't going to work here. Rain of arrows. Trap one tile with 1 arrow, causing strength damage if walked over before the next turn. You've really got to have that planned out, huh? Otherwise, what's the point? Let's take a step back just to get away from the approaching enemies. See what I can do with this guy. It's getting there. There we go. And his turn next is handy enough. Uh-oh. What's he doing? Oh, no you don't. I'll be having none of that, you hear? Do not want you summoning someone to the battlefield. Hopefully we successfully stopped that. Can't reach anyone from here. So I'm most tempted to stay put. Probably should have stayed completely put so I could rest instead of moving forward at all. Thankfully I can attack at range with this character without going into his range. Oh, I have to move closer for Impale. At this point I've wasted my opportunity for that though. We'll do our normal attack. Look at that. There we go. He's worked down now. But then we take a hit. Not ideal, but it happens. He just went, so we can actually ignore him for a little while and focus on other characters to try to wear them down. There we go. Now's our chance to get in there before everyone becomes a problem. Hi, everybody. Can you just back off? Here we go. So this guy's currently in everyone's attack range in the entire party, which is where Mark Prey comes in handy. A skill that I probably overemphasize a little bit, but it's just so satisfying to use. Alright, this guy's at 6, this guy's at 3. I can take a chunk out of this guy. Oh, crap, we crit again. That happened twice pretty quickly. I wasn't really trying to kill him because I wanted him to be weak so he could waste enemy turns. But that's over with now. Alright. Oddleaf does not have great attack range, does she? Oh wait, I can attack this guy from here. But I can't attack that guy from over here? How does her attack range work? Well, if I stand perfectly still, I'll do more damage, so I might as well just stick with that. Since other people are out of range. Taking them down to 1. Might as well just ignore them now. Oh, deal with all these other guys. Hello, friend. Nice to meet you. Goodbye to all your strength. It's nice having a big, bulky character to block the path so that people aren't teaming up on your party. Oopsie. Nope. We're gonna want you to go all the way over here. Flank him, do Mark Prey. There we go. Nice little group attack. Ow. Now you're getting mighty rude. 1 hit point, 3, 4. Alright, at this point we can just kind of go attack whoever we want. Our damage mitigation is fully finished at this point. Now it's just a matter of wrapping up the fight, which we really have no reason to lose anymore. Yeah, archers have surprisingly low range in this game. Compared to some games I've played at least. Pillage mode. You're all around screwed now. There we go. Your renown grows. We got a promotion for Ivor. And Trigvi, who are both equally kicking ass so far. Archer placement will take some practice, because you definitely have to move them carefully. You have no problem getting the dredge to follow. Things begin to look dicey, but you're eventually able to lose them in thick woods, where they have difficulty keeping up. You climb to an overlook and wait for the caravan to appear. An hour later, Oddleaf is the first to spot them. There! She points up to the road. As you rejoin them, you can tell there was trouble. Some people wounded, others missing. Alette rushes to you, throwing her arms around your waist. You smile and hug her tightly. Dad, please, don't do that again, she says. Brave girl, this one, adds one of the women from Skoger. Chieftain would have died without her. She points to the back of the caravan. You find Oddleaf beside her husband, who is laid out in a cart. Old fool. She says, got himself a prize for trying to fight back. She shows you his deep gut wound. But he's alive. Nothing for it but to get to Frostfeller. You continue on in silence, Let's hand on your own. 30 renown! That's a pretty big bonus for experience and all that. I wonder if we should camp just to... pausing to catch your breath, you glance backward to see the caravan stretched out past the point of safety. They're spaced out so far you're unable to see those bringing up the rear. We've got to pull them together, says Ivor. It'll be dangerous to stop until at least got the Godstone. The path should be just ahead. Let's see. I could try to rally them with a speech to see if that'll make them move a little faster. You make your way to the rear and hoist a small child onto your shoulders. Fight for every step. Remember, those who didn't make it and push onward. The clansmen see your effort and follow suit, pushing themselves harder. 5 renown. There we go, just try to inspire people, maybe they won't all get murdered horribly in a moment. Looks like we've made it to the Godstone. No mention of everyone getting murdered so far. 270 clansmen, 45 fighters, 4 days of supplies. I bought more, but they're not lasting. Just the sheer number of people that got added to the party is a problem. Far enough for today, I think. After a day of misery, men and women drop their meager possessions beneath the Godstone of Hridvaldir. What are we doing? We just left our homes because suddenly there were dredge. Chieftain did what I suggested, and look what he got for it. Look at these people. Somebody has to hold them together. That's you, Rook. What do we do if we run into more dredge? You mean when? I'll be honest with you. These men can't take on dredge by themselves. I expect we'll lose 2 for every slag we take down. So we run. Only if you want to lose women and children. We're gonna have to fight. And there are going to be deaths. Gods be damned. Why is this happening? Think of how I feel. I'm stuck nursing a bunch of weaklings. You do care, I can tell. Pfft. Men are a plague on the world worse than any dredge as far as I can tell. Chats like this are why we get along so well, Ivor. Well, at least we made it. You sleep poorly, the sun forever stuck to an eternally bright sky. Before the others rise, you find yourself starving over long, low hills covered in pine. That is a really freaky trait to have. The sun is just in one fixed location, it's destroying weather, there's just frost everywhere, but it's also always daylight. We're just never going to see the sun go down while this goes on. The Godstone looms overhead, the massive eyes of Hridvaldir looking the same direction as yours. Inspect the stone. The weathered stone doesn't see many visitors. Not much reason to travel so far east. When hunters come through, they sometimes stop to give offerings. Out of habit more than anything now that the gods are dead. Hridvaldir was the god of hunters and of wild beasts, occasionally seen roaming the land, as both man and wolf. He was always depicted in effigy with his terrible spear. You wonder what he'd think about his woods being so full of dredge now. A young girl from the caravan approaches you. I made this for you, she says, handing you a crude necklace carved from a branch she must have found nearby. Thank you for saving my mama, she says, before running back to her tent. Back at your tent, you rouse Alette, who clings to your arm until she's completely awake. Bad dreams. Eventually, the camp is broken down, and it's time to move on to Frostfeller. It feels like an end more than a start. Oh, Bjark and Rune. Good new little item there. So let's take a quick look at the map. We're en route to Frostfeller from Skogar, I believe? Yeah. Ooh, we have a long trip to go. I may have made a tragic mistake with my supplies. And so our other party, who doesn't even know this party, it started off here and is heading to... off to Grofheim. So the other party is heading from down here all the way up to up here, while this little group's just heading from this town to that town, and Who knows where they're... I mean, I assume... Looking at how the path's going, I guess the story's probably going to take us to Grovheim, too. We're both kind of equidistant from that location, and at some point it would make sense for the two parties to meet each other, but who knows if that's exactly how things will work out. But for now, this is the path that we're taking, and I am genuinely concerned we're going to be running out of, probably going to be running out of food. So I feel like I didn't bring enough along. I don't think I can really do much about that. And here we are on the Big Mac. There's Skoger over there. Don't really want to set up camp right now. Let's just hope we can make it further. The caravan halts when a group of men appear on the trail, weapons at their feet. "We've seen the dredge in your wake," says one. "We don't wish to meet them alone. If you let us join you, we'll show you a watering hole with enough animals to fill those supply wagons." An inherent fear of strangers raises mutters among the cavern. I mean, we need supplies, probably, so it's really would be a good idea to get more, but the question is whether or not they're going to betray us. "What are you doing out here alone?" "We were hunting for food when the dredge found our village," said the man. "When we returned..." He looks away, unable to finish. "I'm going to allow them to join us, and we're just going to have to hope they're not trying to manipulate poor, sad villagers. If you'll be no trouble, come along, you say. The men cautiously join your ranks and prove trustworthy. The hidden watering holes nearby is teeming with animals, and soon your supplies are nearly restocked. That's fantastic news. That was the best case scenario of getting some more supplies so that we don't... we're at least less likely to starve along the path here, because we don't have a ton. During a rest, one of the men gets too drunk and ends up splashing meat in a warrior's face. A brawl erupts. Many thrown fists and a broken bone later, the instigator, Rafsvanter, is tossed on the ground at your feet, angry clansmen looking for satisfaction. His personal defense is little more than drooling mumbles. You can tie him up till he dries out. That's kind of fun. You can force him to apologize, but it's not great because he's drunk still, so really, let's just tie him up until he dries out. Because he needs to sober up, and we need to keep moving without his bullshit, basically. You grab a rope from the supplies and make short work of the sot. A few onlookers throw scraps at him, but most just walk away with a laugh, at least content that some measure has been taken. See, no one really got hurt, and he'll sober up sooner or later, and hopefully he's not awful about it. That mountain, by the way... All these landscapes are beautiful. The caravan is visibly relieved to find a small village on the way to Frostveller, with beds and fresh supplies. The locals here are shocked by the news you bring, and discuss it amongst themselves while you set up nearby. Yeah, they should probably be evacuating too. Entire towns might be doomed to die soon. Let's visit our little heroes here. 57 renown is quite a bit. Let's talk about promoting people. You ready to promote? Absolutely. Alright. Battering Ram. The knockback does 1, 3, and 5 armor damage. That'll be handy to level up over time. You cannot put points into your skill, so I think that's actually tied to what level you are. I think hitting level 3 is what made my other character get their rank 2 version, but I'm not entirely sure about that. All I know is that there's no plus sign next to it, so I just assume at this point. I mean, really just ranking up this guy's armor seems like a great move, because it keeps him from taking damage and keeps his strength up. Armor seems very valuable in this game. My enemies have so much of it that it just makes me want to consider how I can get more of it. Trigby? Absolutely, I want to upgrade him. For him, armor might be slightly less necessary because he's got a bit of a range, so I can kind of have him hanging out behind units, and so pumping up his strength can really help his ability to do some proper damage. It's given some armor break and some strength. And hopefully my logic stands true with my choices here. Wildleaf only has 1 kill. Aled only has 1 kill, so they can't level up. That can be a real obstacle. Nope, Trigby's running around town. When I reload, he shows up in a different spot. The map. Why is that one of the options? Yep, there it is. So we are now halfway to Frostveller. We're getting there. Could probably use more supplies at this point. Yep, there's Trigby again. Trigby, guess I better thank you for helping us out back there. Trigby turns his head, eyes wide as though something was stalking him. Nice beard rook. That's not why I'm here. Oh, okay. Why are you here? Fat clansmen. What? They eat. They don't know how to kill a thing, rook. He rolls the R in rook gratuitously while holding out his spear for you to inspect. Look at this thing. They grow on trees. You can make this from a tree. My advice? Show them how to stick some pigs or stick a rabbit, bird. You can stick almost anything, rook. Any more helpful advice? Glad you finally asked. Don't trust a man just because they have faces and use their mouths. A man will look at you right through his helmet and lie. Should I trust you, Trigby? Come on, rook. Am I wearing a helmet? Have you always been this way, Trigby? Have I always been Trigby? Don't question, rook. Look, I hear what they say behind my back. Trigby's handsome, Trigby's brave. But you're the right man for the job. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. I've gotta go, Trigby. I get it. We all got things to do. Me? I was about to go swimming. At least you're keeping clean. Nobody comes looking for you in a pool of water, you know. Don't let me waste too much time in there, okay? We'll have to come get you before we leave. I'll see you around. Only if you can keep your eyes open, rook. You can't help but hope that there's nothing sinister about the last comment. So, Trigby, our local loon. He's fun, though, and he's got a spear for bonus range, and he's probably going to have the most fun dialogue in the game. Let's go to the market, so I don't starve my people. What are these? Obsidian powder. Fragments of shattered dredge obsidian carefully ground into a powder will sometimes explode when applied to a weapon. Damn. Knockback on strength attack of 4. So if you can hit somebody with 4 or more, it gives them a knockback just right on the spot. Costs a lot of renown, though. Like a lot of renown, which is worrying, of course. Especially since I can't even use it on my characters yet. Iron bands, +1 strength. Probably buy that just because it's cheap. Strapping some strips of metal to your wrists may give you a heavier swing if you can hit your target. Obsidian bell is 25, even more expensive. Oh, it's a rank 5 item. I think rank 5 might even be the highest rank you get in the game. I'm not sure. This dark stony bell makes such a deep sound that you can barely hear it at all. +3 armor on rest, +2 to drawing aggro, +1 strength. That's interesting. So if you stop in the middle of combat to rest, you actually will heal 3 of your armor. Bjorg Avlander. This jewel-encrusted headband. On this jewel-encrusted headband, the eye of an ivory white cat seems to be looking around on its own. +2 armor per turn. God damn. That's some powerful stuff. Unfortunately, they're really expensive, like a big chunk of my overall renown. I'm definitely grabbing the free strength. Yes. We're gonna need supplies to survive. I mean, we might just need to blow it all on it, honestly. I think I might do that. There we go. That'll last us a couple of weeks. I figure if I can blow them, I just leveled everybody up, so I might as well blow all of my supplies right now. Or I just leveled the one character that could level up, or so on. I might as well just blow all of my supplies right now on, all my renown on supplies right away. Did I not buy it? Hang on a second. No, I did. 1 renown gets you 3. I must... Oh, never mind. He ran out of supplies. I still have renown. Interesting. Or 50 is the cap. I assume he just ran out. Yeah, total available 0. I bought the cap. I wonder if I should buy one of these just because I have the currency then. +2 armor per turn is pretty great for defensive purposes. Strength and armor on rest, drawing aggro. This could make someone a really good tank. And then the knockback on high strength would also be nice. God damn. +2 armor per turn seems like a really standard, like, this character's really hard to kill. I think I like that just in general because it's passive. Alright, there goes a lot of my renown. Hopefully I'll get the chance to use that one day, but for now it'll sit in my inventory for a while. I think we're good to go. Is there a save in this game, or does it... Yeah, it's just saving all the time. They had a gamepad support. That didn't exist back in the day. Alright, so I think it's time to go. Or am I supposed to click on that? No, that's resting. I could rest. Let's see, someone's still wounded, right? Nope, that already wore off. Let's see, let's put Rook back a little bit. In fact, I might want to put Rook last. Oops. His mark prey would come in handy for that specific purpose. Ivor, let's give you your strength bonus. There we go, I just gotta drag it down, forget about that. What's that? The Bjarkan Rune, 15% dodge on strength attacks. And then, of course, there's the thing I just got. Alright, 15% dodge, strength attacks. Just throw that on Rook real quick. It was even a gift to him, so it fits to put it on him. Seems fitting. Alright, 4 characters are currently equipped with items. 2 of them are story-related for that character. No, 3 of them. Yeah. That's his item, that's her item, that was a gift to him, and this is the item I bought. And Alde doesn't have anything, which is weird because she's the chieftain's wife. You'd think that she would just have an heirloom sitting around. No one can use this until we get a rank 5 character, but it seems worth buying for later. Or maybe a terrible mistake, we'll find out. I think it's good. We're good to go. No talk about those townspeople retreating or anything? You're only just outside the village when 2 men in red approach. My name is Hogan, says one, gesturing to the other. My brother is Mogan. Many people from the village wish to join you to Frostveller. A third man, exuding rage, charges up to the group. Shut your mouth, Hogan, he screams. We're getting attacked now? That's not great. What's going on? These bastards don't speak for us. They've been trying to divide the village since you got here. True. You can keep whoever wants to stay and die. The rest of us will go with the reasonable people to Skoger. I'll have you both gutted before I let half the village desert. Behind the angry villager, a mob of armed thugs has appeared, all furrowed brows and nervous stares. You both know what will happen to the rest of us if the fields are abandoned. Nobody leaves. There won't be anything to tend to once the dredge arrive. Dredge my ass. Yeah, thanks, buddy. Yeah, this entire party is lying. I don't know what the scam is this time, Hogan, but you got 2 choices. Get back to work, or I'm finally putting you in the ground. Mogan, what do you say? Thought it was unfair that he only asked me. Mogan draws his axe slowly, followed by Hogan. Despite their confidence, the brothers are significantly outnumbered. I think I make a poor farmer. Oh, man. I won't kill men for defending their homes, but then you side with the villagers against the brothers? But, like, they're just trying to leave. That shouldn't be... Ah. I mean... The leader guy is clearly wrong, first of all. Because, yeah, we need to go. He's being an idiot. But, attacking people and fighting amongst ourselves seems to be a problem. There's not exactly an inspiring speech option this time, though, is there? Damn it. Ivor, let's make this a fair fight. Ivor steps forward, the thugs hesitate. As you pull your axe, you notice that Alette is nowhere to be seen. We'll say hello to the new party members, then. Oh, oops. So he's a Thrasher, rank 1. Bloody Flail. Right, we've seen this type of unit before a few times, the guy that flails their axe around. He just does a series of attacks. Let's see. The Thrasher strikes multiple times, randomly hitting his opponent for 1 strength or 1 armor damage. On the last hit, Bloody Flail does damage equal to 1+1 for each ally standing adjacent to him. This last hit will randomly damage strength or armor. So he does a bunch of flails that might hurt their health or their armor. And it's fairly handy. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Bloody Flail does direct damage, making it useful for even when the Thrasher is near death. For this reason, it also does a great job of taking out wounded enemies who still have a lot of armor by bypassing it completely. So it's kind of a gamble, but also it does consistent damage that's totally regardless of how much strength you have, because it just does 1 damage regardless, but for a whole bunch of strikes. So if, for example, it's a guaranteed 4 damage of some kind against an enemy that otherwise might take less from you, especially if you're weak. Oops. Where's Mogan? So, they should both be Thrashers, right? Yeah, they're basically the same character right now. No sign of our daughter. Put a ranged character in the back. In fact, we'll put Trigby in the back, too. Oops. Trigby, then ranged character, then Rook, finally, because if people are positioned properly, he can trigger a really critical attack. My logic here is at this point we need every ally we can get, so siding with Hogan and Mogan gives us the opportunity to do that. We can put these characters anywhere, can't we? Damn. Alright. Somewhat limited on this character, though. Let's see. You can hang out right behind these characters for good use. There we go. What's your deal? She just has the usual puncture. Alright. We're limited on where we can put Ivor because of his size. He has to take up one of these tiles, and we can put them anywhere, but I figure if we create a front line, we can really beat these characters down. Hogan and Mogan count as allies. Right now we can't... Oh, we can relocate them. I thought we wouldn't be able to because they were story-based. Alright. Maybe we will go down here then. That could be handy. Then we can use the boundary of the map to help us hold people back. And certain characters can really do some damage. Let's put Rook over here. There we go. That'll give him a better perspective for trying to trigger what he does, potentially. Let's see. A lot of enemies in general, though. I don't know, maybe it is better to go after the highest strength unit around here, this Thrasher. He's the toughest guy. Yeah, I'm gonna go back on that. He's got 11 strength. He's a good person to target first, then. So getting in the proper position to make everyone attack him at once would do a lot of progress there for taking him out, the biggest immediate threat. But there's a lot of units in general. Alright, let's get started. Buddy! What's this bonus damage from? Is it just from the bonus I get from there? Let's just get started. Or I could work on his armor, really. I mean, I'll do more strength damage than anything at this point. We're gathering some attention. Alright. Let's wrap around them. I'm going to flail on this guy. Because I plan on marking prey on the other guy. Nope, that's a double build-up. Deflected, cool. Bloody flail on this guy. There we go. Lucky health hits so far. Really wearing him down. He has seen fit to stay still so far. We're gonna position ourselves diagonally to attack this character. We'll leave him at 1 hit point. There we go. He'll be nice and useless for a bit. Oh, these characters are next to each other, so they get a defensive bonus now. Cool, we're in attack range for this guy. I'll work on this one. There we go. And next, Rook can move in for his big trigger to wipe out this leader character. Because everyone's in range for this guy. Utterly obliterated. Rude. You're going to have to pay for that. There we go. Enemy strength counts are going down very quickly. Definitely easier to fight humans than the dredge, which I'm sure is kind of the point. There we go. Chop down everyone's strength and they'll be much less of a threat across the board. Got 5 here. Can't reach much of anyone else right now. Oh, it's gonna be 5. Alright, I'll have to accept the kill. I'm not exactly planning on standing around. But leaving a few weakened characters definitely weakens the damage output of your opponent. Oh, out of range? Alright, what's the logic here? I can hit that character, but not that character. Oh wait, never mind, I'm Trick V. I get distracted by the fact that that other character just got hurt. That I forgot that that's not who I'm controlling. That's just me being dumb. Cool. Can't get in range for much of anyone else, so I'll just go diagonal for this lady. Bye. Here we go. So we're fully out of range for most of these characters right now. Yeah. Just go take a step forward. See what we can do here. There we go. Damage output of the enemy should be significantly reduced. There's just a few straggling archers wandering around causing us some problems. Let's see. You're the highest health character, but no one's in range for you, unfortunately. Yeah, at this point I should just go for who I can. Right, so he does have a bow. My bad. The entire enemy party should be mostly weak now, yeah. We're off to a good start. Now it's just time to flatten them all. Because I've won the damn... Oh my god. That was one hell of a crit. I didn't even realize that was an option to do that much damage. Let's fix that real quick, huh? There must have been a bonus for all the strength he's lost. Oh, there it goes. That's a bummer. That's what happens when you're the big center of attention character, though, huh? Inevitably, you take your hits. Oops. Not end turn. Attack. Promotion. Now you just need to figure out which one's which. Oh, can't attack her from here? Oh, or Trick V again. I fell for the same thing again. Or I get distracted by who got the turn last. Got her. There's some strong murdering happening right now. Let's give her some will, because I have this horn saved up and I keep forgetting to do that. Bye. So we've gained some... We will have gained some warriors now, and some promotions for our characters, but also kind of killed some villagers that were on the wrong side of things. Unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of talking our way out of this. There was either you either help or you watch these people get murdered for doing the smart thing. Because they're on the right side of things, Hoger and Moger. The brothers thank you with wide grins. Soon many of the villagers have joined your caravan. See, seems like we had the right choice. It seems that people have realized what to do. You scan around anxiously for Alette, who had gone missing when the fighting began. Eventually you find her watching from afar. Hogan returns at that moment, introducing you to his son and wife, and soon you set out again. 165 clansmen and 22 fighters, 10 renown. 30 supplies, that's a good part right there, but damn if we don't have a lot of people. Alette marches quietly alongside the caravan, a little distance in leaving the village. When you stop for a rest, Oddleif approaches you both. Alette, I have something for you. Oddleif has gathered up a long banner from the caravan and smiles warmly as she passes it to Alette. What's this about? I was hoping you'd sew up the banner with everything that has happened since we left Skogar. Come find me another time, Rook, and we'll talk. Before you can comment, she departs. Dad, are you the chieftain now? Guess I'll have to find out later. Oh, then that means... You're both quiet for a moment while Alette unfurls the banner. Oddleif has been teaching me to sew. She speaks pretty highly of you. Can we read the part about Mom? You nod. On the banner has been sewn the story of the families who have lived in Skogar throughout the years, just as is done on every banner in every town. I wish she were here. But I'm kind of glad she isn't. The section of banner about your family is short, but Alette has been sewing in colorful details. Why do you say that? So she doesn't have to deal with all of this. Dredge, leaving home, and... Why did you have to kill those men in the village? I mean, if it's okay to ask. I had to make a hard choice. Because the Dredge are terrifying. Every time we have to fight them, I just want to run, but I don't want to kill a person, please. Are you mad at me? I'm glad you don't want to. Alette smiles at this, then her face sinks again. I guess I would do it if I really had to, but do we have to? I know what you mean. Yeah, I know. Dad? I think you're doing a good job. She hugs you. You spend the rest of your time together, sewing new verses into the banner. For better or worse, the story of Skogar is your burden now. So then now we have an explanation of the banner, that of the aforementioned banner saga. It's that big flowing red banner in the background, and it is the history of the people that you live with.